What responsibility do you think the consumer has? I mean, how do you bring the consumer to you when the outlets don't necessarily, as of right now, allow?
I don't think they're responsible at all.
Okay.
Because a lot of times, like if they're in high school and they're in Arkansas, and their only way of they're not going to concerts yet, so it's just television. So whatever television lets them see, pretty much. Or if they turn on the radio and they don't have money to buy a CD, or get on the internet and search iTunes for some eclectic rapper, it's just what's on, Power 106. And so they have two options, and maybe the high school dance that they might hear a Little Brother song in between something. So the choices are very few in between. I'm lucky to grow up in the golden age of hip hop, where when Tribe Called Quest was out, they weren't independent. They were selling millions of records, and they were everywhere. They were on the radio. De La Soul went gold, and it was a huge hit. So I got to see. That's a perfect example. I got to hear hip hop through what I saw, radio, and what I was given. So today it's a little different, but that's why I don't think it's their fault at all.
So what do you do? I mean, how do you combat that? Because they don't have the options that we had. They don't have the diverse choice that we had. So what's the consumer doing?
The consumer, what?
As of right now,
man, that's a good question.
Well, yeah, since right now the media outlets, as they are,
right. What do they do?
Right. So
I don't think it can do anything. Just wait for the tide to change, or it's for me the only because I don't know anything. I can't place any responsibility on them because I don't know them so much. But for me, the responsibility I want and stuff, and I think I do have in a small realm, is being myself, being honest, doing music that's relevant to the common man and woman, and doing that to 110%, and trying whatever avenues I have via this wonderful interview is portraying a different type, just a different type of black male. So whatever's in my hand to do that, I'm definitely going to do that, because I want, I don't want people, I'm afraid that when people only see one style of black man in the middle of America, if a black man walks down the street, then they automatically, it's not their fault, they automatically assume, like, hold their purse tight, or they start talking slang to you, and you're like, you've been watching television.
Yeah, I can tell.
And I'm not even mad at them, because you can tell it's like, you know,
they don't know. You seem like, it's like they don't know better.
Right.
You know, it's like, and then as a black female trying to do her part in promoting hip hop, the same applies on my end, because now I walk out and people assume, you know, well, look at this thick chocolate thing, and she's walking around. She's, she's some hip hop video vixen.
Right.
And
Hello.
they assume that that's every black woman that's walking around on the streets too. So again, my obligation from a female perspective is to try to find other, like you said, other ideas and images of who we represent, who we are.
Yeah. I think it's a huge challenge, but I think that everyone can do it simply by just being themselves and being true to who they are, who God created them to be. I think that if we all do that, it becomes really easy, you know, and I think that beautiful art will come from it, because you'll hear MCs talking about stuff they never talked about before, because they have the right to do that, and there's no pressure. So I think art is way more important than commerce. You get a job if you need some money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't mix the two, because I think the art suffers, and then it never becomes classic. So even if I have to work a 9 to 5, I have no problems doing that. I think I know how to hustle enough to pay the bills and to keep the music, you know, as pure as it can be. Mm-hmm. So. No, man, my hope, because what I try to do is be myself on the stage, let my guard down, in hopes that the people that are in the show let their guards down and start relaxing and getting into the music. The topics I'm talking about: identity crisis, being there. You know what I'm saying? And growing up in Nebraska and then getting that side, and growing up in Inglewood and getting that side, and kind of in the limbo area. And I think whenever I do that song, for the most part, a lot of people identify that, because I think it's a very common thing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Even if someone looks apart, whatever, inside they're just, you know, they're Pee Wee Herman or something like, dude, you're lying. So I think the topics I talk about or try to talk about, I want them to be relevant. I want to lift people's hearts, you know what I'm saying, and make them think about their life, think about life, have fun, get deep. I would love to touch a chord that makes, you know, a lot of times if I hear a certain song, whether it be rock or hip hop, whatever, and it touches a chord where it's like timeless and time stops and it's just silence and it's just like that connection. That's what I really, really hope for. And sometimes that does happen. Sometimes it's kind of halfway there. But I want to really connect with the audience and just freaking blow their freaking minds. That's what I'm trying to do.
How is it working out?
I'm failing.
No, you're not.
I'm failing.
No, you're not.
I've
seen that MySpace page. You're not failing.
once certain shows, it really becomes magic, and it's not even my show anymore. That's when it's good too. When it's not, I'm just your host. It's not even about Pigeon John. It's just everyone's enjoying themselves, whether they're drinking or not drinking, hanging out with girlfriends, or just, you know, trying to get a girlfriend, whatever. It's that whole community. I think when the crowd almost lifts up the singer or the MC and just says, kind of follows his or her lead, I think that's when it becomes magic. So that's for me too, because I mean, it's a certain high that you get where it doesn't even belong to you. It wasn't like, man, I killed that crowd with my vicious freaking lyrics. Did you see when I flipped those rhymes and fools started crying? It's never like that. So I think that
so you get something from it.
Oh yeah, right. I get. It's like it's definitely food, and I take nuggets and, you know, write songs about it, or just take a feeling or a different scene and it affects me just as way. For me, it's a big 50-50 exchange, but I have to be the first one to give.
Gotcha.
You give and you receive. That's
never
science. Science. Hello.
That Pigeon John, he's a smart one. Well, see, you made an interesting point. I was gonna stop right there, but I like the idea of you also getting something from the audience, because I've not heard anybody say that. It's usually about, oh, I did, like you said, did you hear me? Did you hear me kill those lyrics? Da 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 da. But you're like, no. And you walk away with something, that energy that the audience is giving you, something that they've given back to you. It's like, oh,
they do.
okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, man. It's you know, a lot of times I don't. I'm just really, honestly, I'm honored if people want to take pictures. Or, oh, whatever. I'm totally down to do that, and I'm not used to it, but I'm honored that they even think of me to do that. So it's a definitely interchangeable. Definitely interchangeable. And then I look to the old school artists, like look at a James Brown concert, and you see the old, like he's like Jesus, like he's literally dying for your sins, like dying on the stage every night.
All of himself to you.
And I think that when you do that, I think honestly the crowd is a mirror to you. So if you're in a bad mood, or if you think you're the bomb, they're gonna think they're the bomb and not give it up.
No,
so
and I've been to shows like that where you see the performer,
right,
and it's like he's detached,
right,
and he just kind of does his thing and walks off, and
right,
the audience is kind of like, oh, okay, I guess he's done, and they're standing there, kind of semi-clapping, but not. It's like they were never really a part of the show itself.
Exactly, and that's what I think, that a song that's never heard, or a show that's not like fully given, I think that it never really lives. You know what I'm saying? So a picture can be the bomb by itself, but if no one sees it, I don't think there's breath in it. So the same with the show, like if it's not like I'm giving it to you, and they can choose to not like it, but they'll always say, at least I hated what he did, but man, he really tried. That's better, you know, that's better than nothing, definitely. Last words, be yourself. God created you, you dirty little freaking aliens. God loves you. I love you. Thank you even for interviewing me. And yeah, maybe we can go to Denny's in the future. Huh?
I was about to say, I'm
what?
like, you're kind of cute.
Oh.
Just saying, you know.
Thank you. Thank you. Ditto. What's going on? Are we going to start making out right now?
I was gonna.
It got real silent. It got kind of silent. The camera just turns and tilts. Oh man, now I'm blushing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
to make her my wife.